3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Bean Gaming. A lot has happened today with the Five Nights TD update. A lot of stuff. First of all, let's go back and revisit the JOP. If you open up the JOP, then it's single target. They nerfed him down to 1.5 and cooldown down to 35%. But then they came back and said, all right, we are going to actually increase the range boost up to 65% now. And then they said they're going to put this slow back up to 50%. I don't know if they forgot to change this, but it still shows 35%. And let me show that to you in the Five Nights Tower Defense Discord server. Watch this. You can see all of these updates that happened today. Junior says units not attacking in Steampunk Endless fix. Okay, so that's fine. And then there it is right here. Nerf JOP from 50% to 35%. Nerf the range from 2 to 1.5. And then rework clock gain and boss rates. Now this is a big issue that I have right now. They said Pickles is way too overpowered, blah, blah, blah. I said that in my previous video. And then they came back and said, all right, hang on a second, JOP, we're going to increase the boost range to 65%, and they put the slow back from 35 to 50%. So maybe they just forgot to update the text on there, but they said its previous excessive range became too problematic, but we think it's an okay spot to have it at. We're going to see if that sticks, because some of the modifiers in the new Endless game, they do reduce the range, and so JOP would kind of fix that in a sense. Now, here's the other issue that I have. Better distributed clock gain and boss rates from 200 all the way up to 500 now. You might think that's good. It's not, and I'm going to explain why in just a moment. And there's a lot of people, a handful of people, I really don't know the count, that have the new Kronos Endo Freddy. And they did buff the placement cost from 57,000 to 24,879. Don't know where that number comes from, but still, it's whatever. Okay, let's go back into the game and back into the lobby. So when the Endless came out, it was, I don't know if it's necessarily bugged with the cost, or the cost was messed up one way or the other, because people were getting a lot of money just for losing on a lot of clocks rather, for losing on the first wave. They would get, I think, 500 just right out of the gate. And then developers saw that and fixed it, as they should have. And then people were getting a lot of money on various waves, on a lot of, I think, wave over 100, maybe over 200, something along those lines. And literally, people were able to claim the Apex probably in a half hour to an hour, if I'm not mistaken, right around there. You're going to have to let me know. But that's kind of the feedback that I got. There were people in my live stream today that were saying that they had enough to get it. They were getting like crazy and insane amounts of clocks. And that was an issue. And so developers went back and ended up fixing some things, and then it seemed okay, and then they actually fixed some things again, quote unquote fixed some things. And let me show you now the stats with the Bean Gaming Spreadsheet of Hope. Here we go. Here's the Bean Gaming Spreadsheet of Hope. I was in an Endless game, and then Goon actually updated everything while I was in the Endless, so I had to play this whole thing again. Let me show you what's going on here. In my boss column, this is the difference between waves, on how many waves it took to get from one boss to the next. So right out of the gate, wave 17, then 20, 16, 15, that's how many waves it took to get to the next boss. But these are the actual in-game waves. So with this team down here, I was able to make it to wave 279, which isn't bad, but I did fix my team. But anyway, take a look at the money. In the red here, that means that when I was actually in this Endless game, after they updated it, the updated money was actually more. So I got to about wave 140, actually wave 143 for both, and I ended up earning 3,500 clock pieces. But in the updated map, the updated game, then I was able to actually get 4,200. And you're like, oh, that's actually better. But no, it's not, because take a look at the difference between the first time I did it. I got past wave 143, and that was the cutoff point, because after that, notice what happens here. I ended up getting 1,000 additional clock pieces, but then after that, I started getting 1,500 clock pieces every single boss after that. But take a look at what they did on the update. After the update, once you got past 600, then, well, it stayed at 600 for a few more bosses, and then, look, it went up to 700, not the 1,500. That's a massive difference. So I can kind of understand what's going on here, and that if you are someone who has a really good loadout, then, you know, you might be able to get really far, which I'm going to show you how far I actually got momentarily, versus someone who you know, maybe doesn't have the best team, maybe a mid team. But you know what? You don't even need a super crazy overpowered team to get far. I'll show you my team and I'll show you what I'm talking about when we hop in a game. Look what happens though. I actually got all the way down to wave 414, and look at the money. I got 16,200 clocks. That's terrible. That's really bad, because look at the amount of difference that I got every single wave. 700, not every single wave, every boss. 700, 700, then it went up to 800, and I was able to survive for 3 more bosses at 900. But after wave 181, I was getting 1,500 clock pieces every single time. So after wave 279, I was already at 15,000 clock pieces. But similarly, I would have to get now to wave 414, actually wave 399, just to match that. And you're literally talking about another half hour, 45 minutes there to get the same thing that you had before. That's not good. That's not good at all. So I understand the idea behind everything. I'm just a little, I don't know how to put it. I'm a little frustrated that this wasn't kind of decided ahead of time, and that the kind of changes that happened, because what ended up happening now is that you have players who ended up getting this new Apex relatively quicker, actually a lot quicker, than we are going to be able to get it now. And that's the part that's a little bit frustrating to me. I wish that there's a better game plan going on in. But if they started out right away and said, okay, this is what we're going to do after every single boss, then no big deal. It is what it is. And I'm still going to grind for this new Apex. It's fine. If I end up going to, let's see, 13.5, if I end up stopping after wave 364, then it's going to take me 26 games in order to get the new Apex. I'm fine with that. You know, you're going to have to grind. It is what it is. I'm fine with grinding. Everyone sees the win count that I have. No big deal. I'll get it done. But I'm not happy that some people have it already that aren't going to have to grind the way that I'm grinding. So we're going to suck it up. We're going to get it done. We're going to do a showcase. Hopefully I am going to have someone, or maybe some people, reach out to me and say, Bean, here's the new unit. Go ahead and have at it. Have fun with it. And we'll do a showcase then. But in the meantime, back to the lobby. Okay, so we're going to check out Endless here. And I found a really, really good team that works. And it can work for a lot of people. Because take a look at what I have here. I have let's pull up the team here. We have the shiny phone guy. That's not the first unit that I actually placed. Now keep in mind, you get 5,000 every set of waves after the boss. So you get a shiny phone guy. This is the destroyer right here, the shiny fortified Endo 02. Even if you have a regular fortified Endo 02, you want to go with this. It's cheap to place and it does a ton of damage cone AoE. So I'm using 2 starters. You might actually even be able to get away with 3 starters, and it's like the starters are literally what carries me. And then after that, you're either going to need an Astral Bonnie, because look at this, it completely halts regen on targeted enemies. That's key for getting very far here. If you don't have an Astral Bonnie, then what you need is a Blighted Endo. Let's look up Blighted Endo. Here it is, and I have Vengeance on mine. This Blighted Endo is full AoE, so that's actually really, really good. And it slows enemies in range by 35%, but we're not necessarily interested in that, but it reduces enemy regen by 75%. Even though it's not 100%, this is full AoE stoppage by 75%, and that is significant. So if you can get your hands on a Blighted Endo Bonnie, get it. If you can get your hands on an Astral Bonnie, get it. You need one or the other, you don't need both, and I have an Old Man Consequences. If you don't have him, then you could probably get away with a Nightmarian as well. Of course, you want to have Shadow or Vengeance on these things for sure, because you need the power, especially with your starting units. And then you need some kind of slowing unit, and then you need a range booster for sure, because some of the modifiers, they actually take away range from your units. And then you want a cooldown booster as well, and if you can get a damage booster in there, that would be really good. But let's hop on in the game here. I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm not going to wave 414 this time, but I'll show you how this team actually is overpowered. Here we go. Okay, so we have these modifiers to start. You can pick up enemy speed, and now this is all random. I can reduce total placements by 2, and you want to keep in mind, you typically want to go with the lowest number up top here, because the higher the number, the more damaging it is to you and your team. So I'm fine with taking away 2 of my max tower placements, because I think you start off with 15, and as a suggestion, I wish that the developers would put somewhere on here where it shows your maximum tower placement, your unit placement. So we're just going to go with reducing the placement, and keep in mind you can also place down your towers to begin with. Let me back up a little bit here and watch this. Oh gosh, it's already messing up. 1, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a phone guy coming in. We have the JOP to slow it down. We have the Eclipse Velour. Look at this. Completely melting these enemies. We'll do a couple bosses and then kind of go from there. Why is it doing this? I hate when it does that stuff. It, like, messes up my screen. Look at this. Stop doing that. What is it doing? Oh, my gosh. Okay, let's take away... Come on, man. There we are. Okay, look at this. This is completely easy now. And, of course, you know it's going to get harder. But watch this. As soon as you place your regen stopper right there, it's literally game over. You can sell everything. Move, 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 gone, goodbye. So if you have a tower limit with one of the modifiers, then you're still going to be good to go here. Can max out the JOP. We're not going to need it here. We'll put down another Astro Bonnie, and we can max out Astro Bonnie as we go along. There we are. Pretty easy stuff. And look at this, completely maxed out. We are good to go. Okay, and so if the boss comes out on this side, it's going to be really nice. If it comes out over here, well, we're going to... Here, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got these shiny fortified endos that we're going to max out. And the boss should be coming around wave 17-ish, right around there. Eclipse Velour is here. We'll do the JOP for the range. It doesn't overly matter. And for probably the first... I wouldn't even... I mean, I have to play this more. Probably the first 100 waves or so, you really don't even need an OMC. Like I said, that shiny Nightmarian is going to be really helpful. And watch this. 150k. Engine Mangle going to be blown to shreds. The Astro Bonnie just completely annihilates this thing. It's no contest. Okay, the lowest numbers here. Reduce tower range. You want to stay away from tower range. And I know I said you want the lowest number, but tower range is critical here. So I am going to... Oh, another tower placement. It's taken away 5. Let's just do enemy speed here. And we'll move along. The nice thing is that we can take a look here, and what do we have here? Only one entrance. Okay, good. I like this map because of the low entrance, or the one entrance. And because we're still relatively early, then I am not overly going to need overpowered units right now. So I can just go ahead and max out these shiny fortifieds. These are really, really good, and I can go ahead and max out my Eclipse Velour. Look at these guys, 0.088. Really nice stuff here. And JOP maxed out, that's fine. And I think it's on a... There he is, the Tarnished Bonnie. That's the one that regens health. Again, we're on wave 21, so it doesn't matter. But let's put an Astro Bonnie here. That way, nothing is going to regen. The nice thing about this singular entrance is that because Astro Bonnie's cone AoE, it is going to actually annihilate and do the regen stopper on everything that comes out. Now, if the boss spawns on this side, then I'm going to put another Astro Bonnie right over here. And that's maxed out. Let's go ahead and put another JOP. And is my Eclipse Velour reaching? It is. So that way, if the boss shows up over here, then we are actually going to be all set. So we're in the beginning waves here. Wave 29. Look at the rewards. 500. And I showed you on the Bean Gaming spreadsheet of hope. It's like the Bean Gaming spreadsheet of disarray right now because I'm so frustrated with the amount of timepieces that you don't get over time. It's like the longer you go, it just becomes worse and worse. Even though it increases, but it doesn't increase as fast as it did previously because of that update. So I'm hoping that the developers take a hard look at this and fix it, or at least modify it so that you do get more. Oil Pump Endo, let's go. He's going to be gone. Look at this, only one of them. Now 2 of them are attacking, and it's as easy as that. What should we do now? You definitely don't want tower range, and we've already messed around with max placements, so we're going to do 10% tower cooldown. We'll do one more set of waves here. We'll get this boss, and then we'll go back to the lobby. What map do we have here? This one, this was like the first one, right? All the enemies come through this location here. Yeah, because this is the one I was getting angry about with how terrible these placements are. There's the slowing unit. There's the shiny Eclipse Velour. We'll max that out. And this is literally, look at that. I can't even click on the guy anymore. Here we go. This is literally game over here. Look, I can't click. Now I can click on him. Click on him and upgrade here and upgrade here. As you progress and the waves get harder and harder, you're going to want to put down all of your starting units to begin with. Don't upgrade anything. Place all of them down. That way you can start to collect money ASAP. Here we go. And let's just wait. No, it doesn't matter. 50,000 coming our way. There it is. Okay, 50,000 is good. We can place down an OMC. OMC is full AoE, which is nice. Remember, he's on borrowed time. I am eventually going to get an Old Man Consequences. One way or the other, I have to. And what wave will the boss appear this time? I should probably put this guy on this side here. Let's max out. Astro Bonnie maxed out. JOP maxed out. Look, he's even reaching right now. So that's really good. Alright, boss. Where are you showing up from? This is the last boss we're going to work with, and then I'll go back to the lobby. What do we have here? Wave 49, wave 50 approaching fast. I mean, just look at how fast these waves go by. Although to get to wave 414, I should have timed it. It took a long time. I really feel like it took 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, something like that. I mean, not really, but it was a long time. I am tired. I don't even know how I have the energy to make this video right now. There he is. There's the engine mangle. Okay, let's put down some phone guys. There's phone guy. We'll place one here just for the extra firepower, and it's still 150. Like the... Here, let's... Okay, we'll do this. But the health of the bosses, it's not bad at all. The most I've seen was like 1.6 million. That's pretty easy if you have, you know, at least if you have one massive damage booster. So we'll let these enemies go on by. We'll hop on back to the lobby. I'll collect my 1,500 rewards here. I think these each do 20 damage. Yeah, they do 20 damage all the way through. So these two, these four, it's game over. Watch this, 40, 20. Actually, these two, it's over with and done, but all four of them hop on in. So back to the lobby, here we go. Let me know what you think of the new Steampunk Endless map and the amount of timepieces that you can get. I don't know. I mean, you know, if I end up getting to wave, let's say 300, then it's going to take me 35 games to actually get the Apex, which I'm not upset about. It's just all the changes that happened today right away and the unfair advantage that some people have. But it is what it is. We're going to suck it up. We're going to grind and get this thing done. Let me know of what you think of my team. What team did you use in Endless? How far did you get? I got to wave 414. What wave did you get? Did you beat that? Let me know in the comments down below. And so if you did enjoy this video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.